Hey, welcome wrestling fans to the new season of the 18-19 school year. We're at the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse where the Red Raiders are going to start out the season here with Johnson Creek, a team that we've wrestled several times now, a small school down in the Milwaukee area, and looking forward to getting the new season underway. I'm Louis Benitz, and with me here is Pete Poeschl, one of coached with us for a long, long time here, and we're going to try and get this thing going here. We'll have introductions here in a few minutes, but Pete, what do you think about this year?
Well, I'm really excited about this year. I see our numbers have increased quite a bit, and we have several wrestlers coming back from last year that improved a lot during the year and made some statements at the end of the year. So I'm real excited about this season.
I think it's going to be a nice year. We don't have everybody in the lineup here yet tonight, but I don't think anybody does. Usually it's a weight issue early in the season, trying to get people at the right weight. And talking to Scott and Shane, the goal isn't now. The goal is at regional time to try and get our best team on the mat and try and get through that, because there's some teams here that have beaten us in the past now the last couple of years. I think we're going to be better also. I think we went through a little downtime there. I thought last year we were a little better. We were respectful anyway, and we finished runner-up in the Valley. And this year, like you say, we've got a lot of kids back, and we fill all the weights.
That's a big thing there, too.
Yeah, and we'll have that heavyweight back. He's not in here tonight yet, but at the end of the year, he showed a lot of promise, and that heavyweight has been such an issue for us for a few years. In that heavyweight weight class, it's big points to be given up or big points to be gotten.
Exactly.
It's 6 points one way or the other.
Usually it is, yep.
And so that'll be a factor. Tonight we got everybody moved up, but I don't know anything about Johnson Creek.
Nope.
We've got a few seniors. We had parents' night tonight already. We introduced the parents. We got a nice crowd here. We Matt Backers, we give corsages to the mothers of the seniors, and we're anxious to get some tradition going again here.
Yes. It looks like we have new warm-ups too.
I tell you, everything is new. I'm glad we do some fundraising, because we got new warm-ups. Managers got new shirts. The coaches got new shirts. But you and I don't have any.
I guess we don't get anything anymore.
No, I guess not. I suppose we could buy some, but knowing your checkbook,
right, I'm not going to do that.
You're not going to buy any. And I got a shirt on here that's 10 years old, and I showed Shane. He said, that warm-up you got there, he said, I got it in a box in the closet. So, but I guess clothes don't make the guy. I like the warm-ups. And got new black shorts and got everything pretty much new. Yeah. We got a new mat last year. It's black and red and white here, and it's a lightweight mat, so it's a little easier moving it. We're getting kind of settled into the new wrestling room.
Yes.
That's been really a nice situation, and sometime during the year we're going to get those record boards all up. One of our old wrestlers, Steve Livernash, is going to do that.
Oh, good.
Anxious to.
Yeah, that's an important tradition.
Yeah.
As always, can I make the board up there? And a lot of kids talked about that. Can
Absolutely.
I make the board?
Yep. So we got that going on, and we're getting this program back on track really good. We've got an interesting situation with the middle school now, because the ninth graders are here. That's right. Probably something that should have happened years ago, but so we have ninth graders in the building here. And then over at the Rams now, we have the 8th, the 7th, and the 6th graders over there. So, and we've got a nice coaching staff over there. Nate Weidman, one of our old wrestlers, is the head coach. And we got, I think, like 40-some kids out over there. And we just got a lot of second-generation kids. I hauled mats last night. We took a mat from Grant School over to Washington. And boy, the guys that helped, the guys that are coaching, it's like Justin Tritz and Gary Ackerman and Armagosh, Jeremy.
Armagosh,
just a lot
right,
of
yep.
those guys.
Yep.
And they got kids in the program. And they're good people. So anxious to get this thing going. And we got the same people over at the score table, although we're on a different side now. Last year, they decided to put it on the other side to be away from the crowd. And I guess that's good. But we got Joyce, who pretty much runs all the numbers in our
Keeps
whole
the book.
Matbacker group, writes the checks out. And Scott Tesh and Jerry Klanowski. So we're going to listen to this guy.
So, looks like Justin Abraham had a nice little opening statement there about sportsmanship, and
the WIA kind of pushes that now.
Yep.
I guess we're going to have to listen to the national anthem.
All right. Start right at almost at the top tonight.
We're about ready to get it going. We're going to listen to the public address announcer introduce the wrestlers. Well, hopefully, folks, you could hear that over the PA system. We just let Scott Tesh introduce the wrestlers, and we should be ready to go. The drawer is 220 pounds, and we have everybody probably in our lineup moved up here.
Yes.
Peter Rucker, who is going to be a real project for us. He's a kid we've had in the club for years, and he's about 182 pounds, but he's wrestling at 220 here tonight. And then Lane Collada, we moved up. So it's just, that's how it goes here early in the season. But Peter Rucker is going to hear a lot about him in the next few years. He's just a freshman, and he's a specimen.
Yep,
And
he is.
he's like, I used to take him off to those kid tournaments, and people would always ask for his birth certificate because he looks so mature, and he is.
Yeah.
And so whatever happens here, I'm not sure, but we're going to be ready to roll. So at 220 pounds, it's going to be David Lucas, a junior from Johnson Creek, and Peter Rucker, a ninth grader for Lincoln. He's got a real nice offside single, but again, when you're a little undersized,
Yeah.
sometimes it's a little hard going underneath
Exactly.
people.
That was a nice drag there.
Freshman mistake.
Yeah.
Had a nice takedown and then got caught in a little switch there, and that's unfortunate. He does make those mistakes yet, and one of the things we had before was when he would get in trouble, he would bail out.
That
Now
kinda-
we're getting through that, I think.
Right.
But
It's kind of like what happened that time.
this guy's got a pretty good arm bar on him
does.
here. Come on, Peter, build a base here, buddy.
There you go.
Nice. Guy wants to side roll him all the time, so I think what they're looking at is maybe cutting him loose.
Yeah, there's not much time left, though.
No. But he tried to let him go there.
Yes.
We got 15 seconds left, and we're up 4-2. So now we got to be sure not to get caught in that side roll here.
Right.
Guy is pretty big.
Yeah, he looks like he's about a 220.
Yeah, I would think.
There you
Got a
go.
boy stay on that ankle. Watch that roll. Watch that roll, Peter.
Oh, nothing. Oh, jeez.
Ooh, with 4 seconds left, we
Yep.
gave that up. Again, that's the youngness
Yeah,
of it.
right, I think so.
So Rucker leads 4-3. A takedown and a reversal for Johnson Creek, and then a reversal by Peter, and then
I think Peter
an
got the
escape.
takedown and then
Yes.
got reversed.
Yep.
Yep. So we released him right away now.
So it scores 4-4. Peter had the option there, and he let him go, and I think that was wise. I think the
think so,
coaches
too.
probably made that decision for
I
him.
think Yep.
He's tough in here.
Is he?
Ooh. Hard to move the big guy around.
Weight on. Get your weight on him. He does have some natural ability there.
Oh, he's
a lot of guys would have won.
tremendously talented.
Yeah.
So Peter got a takedown and a near fall. The score is 8-4.
Right.
The worry here is, of course, a reversal and getting back points scored on us. Careful, Peter.
He's got that ankle trapped. 40 seconds left. Looks like they're going to let him go again.
Eight to 4, and you're right. They're going to cut him loose here, so it'll be 8-5. Rucker. He's really, really talented. He's going to be a state wrestler, if not this year, pretty darn on the future. That size is a factor there. He couldn't quite get it. We don't want to be down here, Peter. Sprawl out, stretch him out, Peter. Stretch him out.
He knows what he wants to do. He just can't quite do it yet.
You're probably talking about 25, 30 pounds difference
right
here. 13 seconds left. Peter's put a lot of time in the off season.
Did he?
He made the varsity football team.
I saw that. I saw him play.
In the mornings, he was coming in a couple mornings a week with Scott for early wrestling. Stay with the whizzer. Stay with the whizzer, Peter. That was pretty good. In the old days, he would have kind of bailed on that. Yeah.
Looks like he wants to get the takedown. He's not just content to stay
Oh,
defensive.
no, he's aggressive always. That's not too much so sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes that be a problem.
This is one of those situations where you want to just be sure we don't get tossed to our back.
Right. There.
That's just sheer quickness there. Johnson Creek boy took a shot, not a real good shot. Peter snapped him by and come up behind, and so now, and an escape. So it's 10-6, 12-6.
12-7. If we can do that 2 more times, we get a major out of this.
He is really strong.
I bet he is. He looks really strong.
Yeah, he is. He's. It's pretty nice of Johnson Creek to wrestle us.
Yes, they
like
came a long ways tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if he made that trip last year down there or not. It's.
I didn't make that one.
It was a haul.
Yes.
And here it is on a Thursday night. So hopefully we'll be good to him, but not too good. Come on, stretch out, Peter. Pretty good counter.
Yep.
Pretty good counter. I can tell you a year ago he'd have given that up.
Good scrambling.
28 seconds left. Peter Rucker from Rapids leads 12-7.
Oh.
We don't want to get in a throw situation.
There we go.
The Johnson Creek boy wanted to toss him. He kind of got in an underhook, overhook, and Peter just kind of dropped in on him and had a double and took him right to his back. So, did we get 2 more points on that or not?
Nope, we didn't get any near fall on that.
So the score ends up 14-7.
14-7.
That's a good way to start the season out for Peter and for the Raiders.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of him. On top of the fact that he's really good, he's a really good kid.
That's good.
So this is Lane Collada. Yep. Lane is a newbie. He's a senior, but he started wrestling late in his career.
Yes.
And last year did pretty well at the end of the year.
Ended up third in the sectional.
Yeah, we got to be a little careful. He wants to get in that throw position always.
Yeah.
And here we got a guy that looks like he might be darn in the full pull.
Yeah.
The weight class is 285. Lane is about 195 maybe.
Probably. This big guy moves around pretty good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's not, doesn't appear to be real slow.
And he's a junior. His name is Jacob Ishino. And he's a junior, and Lane is senior. Lane is a thrower, but he gets in situations where last year, maybe he's better now. I know he's a lot better. He came in with Peter, like I said, those morning sessions. Lane, I don't know if he ever missed. He was in there with Scott at 6 a.m. pretty much. Oh, run right over him now, Lane. Watch the roll, watch the roll. That a boy. That was good recovery there,
Yes,
Coach.
it was.
That was nice. That was real nice. Oh, that's a pretty mean power half. That's pretty mean half, Nelson. And he's all over him. He's got a good base. That's a match. Well, we got the season started pretty well here, Coach.
We sure did.
Lane Collada. And our strength this year, it isn't like the past couple of years where we had to hang on, and we've got some good upper weights. We got some good upper weights.
I think we're
heavyweight that's going to be okay, and those two kids will be down where they belong.
Yep. We're pretty solid all the way through the lineup.
I think we are. We're a little weak there at 52 and 60.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we're weak at 52 tonight.
This is Preston Spray. He's one of our. He's a ninth grader, but he's one of our go-to guys.
Yes.
We're looking for a lot of good things from him.
Yep.
I think this should be Lucas Eriksson.
This girl's pretty good. Damien beat her on a last-second takedown last year.
Stay with that whizzer. Oh, she threw that on there pretty hard. Wow. She threw that pretty hard.
Yep, she did. She'd been there a few times.
Wow. He was, I thought, wrestling pretty good.
He was.
That was a wrestle off with him and Jordan Little last night.
Okay. Got his head down.
Alistair was a newbie last year, too. Real strong.
He's a senior, too. I didn't think he was a senior.
Yeah. But not much. He come out late. He might be a second or third year wrestler.
Yeah.
Looks like this guy's trying to take control of the match here. Trying to get that snap down. He's the Johnson Creek boys kind of controlling the ties here. Isaac is only a 9th grader.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happens nowadays is kids start wrestling early, but they go to wrestling clubs and academies years around.
They do.
In that Milwaukee area, I would guess that this kid probably's been with the Ringers or with Askrens, and great coaches, wrestle year round,
Yep.
and cost a lot of money.
Costs a lot of money, but
And we don't have a lot of that here. I don't mean money. I mean, well, maybe both.
right, a little both, right?
We're,
Not as many opportunities.
No, and we're in the metropolitan area. You know, I talked to Ben Askren quite a bit. And kid to go to their academy probably costs $1,500 a year. And he said, "What do you guys charge for your club?" And I said, "It's a whole different ballgame up here. It's all voluntary help. It's our district kids. We don't charge anything." And he could hardly believe that.
Yeah.
And I said, "You draw from a metropolitan area
Right.
of a couple million, and we draw from our own little school district here."
Right. Well, let's keep it. So I think Johnson Creek was warned for stalling there in that first period, but that was about it.
Oh, no, don't put that in there. To your butt. Wow. Stay with that wrist, Alistair. Stay with that wrist.
Oh,
Look at this.
Got a nice turn.
Look at that. Oh, he is really strong.
That's what I heard.
Wow.
But for some reason, he wanted that leg.
I thought he was in trouble when he stood up and got his leg taken up in the air.
Well, yeah, if that guy would have got his leg up in the air, but he was smart enough to get it down.
Yeah. And they've learned how to throw a half. We noticed that last year a lot, too, even though we probably weren't the most talented team. We could throw a half
We
Nelson.
could, yep.
And that's what happened there.
Yep. Well, you always said you can pin guys you can't beat.
I've always felt that way, yeah. So the team score is the Raiders now are 21, Johnson Creek 6, and we're at 126 pounds with, I got to look at
Damian
the name.
Bennett.
It made a change. The name is Lucas Sullivan. He's a senior, and we're wrestling with a sophomore named Damian Bennett. Now, Damian was our 13-pounder?
13-pounder, yes.
And
improved a lot during the season.
I thought so, yeah.
Or was
And
he our
he-
six? He was our 6-pounder last year.
He was,
Yeah.
yeah. When he could make weight.
Right.
And the plan is for him to be at 20 and Kale at 26.
Right. Eventually.
And this guy, it looks like he's a senior too.
All right, that's better. He's getting better pressure now. That's better. That's better.
Looks like he's trying to get control here a little more. Damien was always one of my favorites in the club.
Hard-working kid, I'll tell you that.
He is, yeah.
At the track wrestling preseason championships, he put all those circles down.
Hey, there you go. That was pretty nice there.
That was.
Yeah, he's put on a lot of circles.
He did.
And the referee is Dan Parlier. It's been here a lot.
I think he's older than us.
And there aren't many people like that. But he is. Yeah, he's a good ref, and
Yes.
hopefully he hasn't slowed down very much.
He's out there.
A funny story, I think back, we had him for a lot of our home multi-meet tournaments, and
Yes.
we used to wrestle Glenbard, North Illinois. He was really that was a nice stand-up, Damien. That a boy, Damien. Get that arm through.
Come on, keep moving.
Come on, lower your hips a little bit here, Damien. Oh, boy. We had that, too.
Is that guy
This is
trying
stalling.
to...
This is
Right,
stalling.
I would think he was stalling. Yeah, there it is. Good call,
He
Ref.
called stalling before he got the point, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, the coach at Glenbard I know pretty good, and he saw Parlier come in to work that meet, and he said, "Oh, no, Louis, you got your brother working this tournament again." He was kidding, of course. but
Yes.
He come up there pretty hard, Damien did.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnson Creek has a stall warning on him.
They have yes.
He takes kind of bad shots sometimes.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, I take that back. I gave you the wrong name of Johnson Creek. They had some changes in here. This is Ralph Hamschbach, who is a junior.
Oh, he's getting near fall point. I think he's scoring near fall on us out there. He is.
Wow.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can pin him out of bounds now.
Yeah. You got only 2.
So is that the right score up there? Is it 5-0?
I think so. We had the escape, takedown, and 2 near fall there. Ooh.
He gets that wrist pretty good.
He's got that half in again.
He sure does.
Oh. Oh. That was going to get real tight. He's
Yeah,
getting
it
that
was.
almost elbow deep that time.
Yeah. So going into the third period, Damian Bennett leads 5-0. And our team score is 21-6 for the Raiders. Yeah, he gets that cross wrist there pretty good.
That's good. Oh. Brought him right over his knee. Gonna go.
This could be over pretty soon.
Oh.
So that was a nice match for Damian Bennett, a little sophomore who's growing a lot.
Yes, he has.
And we got to get him down a little bit farther. I'm not sure. This is my last grandson that's going to be wrestling for us. Kind of a sad time, but and he's getting a forfeit. And yep, this is the same Cale Bennett that used to wrestle 106 and couldn't make weight, and now he's about 6'1", I think, and has to cut to get down to 32.
32
actually.
tonight, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I was kind of looking forward to seeing him.
Yep. Have to wait till next week.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, he's out of a weight class where he shouldn't get too many forfeits.
I wouldn't think so. They thought they had 226 pounders, but they elected not to use them.
Yeah.
That's Ryan Searing. He's one of our club kids who I thought had a pretty nice year last year. Pretty quick. Well, he's wrestling that guy's pretty quick. Ooh.
He's usually a slow starter, isn't he?
Yeah.
Likes to get behind and then come back, I think,
Well, I
from
don't know
last
if he
year.
likes to get
Right.
behind, but it sure
Seems like it because he does it a lot.
Yeah.
But that was last year. Maybe.
Well, maybe now he's ready. I think I took a quick
Pretty good shot at him
before he was ready. This guy's name is Dylan Gruss. He is a sophomore
Yeah,
also.
So 2 sophomores.
Ooh, oh, not here. Come on, Ryan. Whoa, we dodged the bullet.
We did.
Pretty nice. Like an outside fireman's. He didn't get it yet.
Didn't lock it.
He's got a cradle.
Well, he gave
on
him
here.
2.
Wow. And this guy is countering pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. I thought we were going to get that, Coach.
Well.
Well, the score is 2-0.
2-0, right? He got the takedown.
We did get the takedown, but never got any points off there.
No near fall. Couldn't ever turn him.
And
We
now
got 25 seconds. We're going to probably give up 2 here.
Two to 2. Last year, Ryan would guess a little bit.
Yep.
So Searing with a takedown, and then Johnson Creek with a reversal. Boy, he was trying to get back points pretty hard there.
He was. Might have gassed himself a little bit trying that.
Yeah, you could be right.
Looks a little tired right now.
Yeah.
Nice switch.
Nice switch. Well, but get your points.
Oh. Does he have that half? Oh.
They call it potentially dangerous. I guess Johnson Creek had their arm hung up there a little bit. Looking for that half Nelson again.
Yep.
This guy's pretty strong. This guy's real strong, isn't he?
He is.
Can't break him down.
Oh, no. I think that's good.
Probably, right?
I think we can do better on our feet than
So
trying to
Johnson
turn
Creek
him.
got a escape. They're back on their feet. Scores 4-3 Searing. And Johnson Creek boy coming on him really hard here. So be patient here, Ryan. Be patient. You're in good shape. Stretch him. Keep his head down. Stretch him out. Get your knee off the mat now. Come on, buddy. Be a nice place to score a takedown.
He's just not finishing.
Oh, no. Fell to his hip. Stay off your hip here, Ryan.
We'll lock up there.
Trying to
Maybe get a stalemate.
here.
Well, now you can get it.
Pretty hard when you're on your hip here, on your butt, actually. He gave it up. So now Searing's behind 5-4. And you're right, he looks like he's tired.
Mm-hmm.
So what are they going to do?
I don't know.
Try to ride it, but he is gassing.
It looks like it. I mean,
This kid is really strong. You can't do anything with him.
we're close to scoring every time on our feet. Looks like he's working for that cradle, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, near side cradle, but I don't know which is the answer here. He can't
Could get it here.
This guy's was really strong for him. Now he's keep that leg in there. Got a little bit of a Turk on him here. Now he cut him loose, so the score is 6-4 Johnson Creek. And that was probably the right move there.
I think so.
You're right. He's come close to scoring takedowns here pretty often. Got the takedown.
Now he waved it off. The ref gave it, and then he waved it off, I think.
That's what happened last year. We'd get frustrated.
Yep. Right.
This happened way too much last year. I don't think the coaches are going to be running right out there. Don't like to see that.
No. So I don't know. I think the score is 6-4, not 8-6. Not that it makes any difference, but because I don't think he gave Ryan that takedown at the end. Oh, I guess he did.
He did.
All right. So. Well, big part of wrestling is the mental game part of it, and that's a thing you have to develop.
Yep, and being have enough gas in the tank to keep going. And part of that is mental too,
That's right. Yeah, you can talk yourself into being tired.
Unless you wrestle, it's hard to explain that, to understand.
That's true.
It's, I can recall my lungs on fire a few times, and
yeah,
hoping the period you get over. So I don't know what's going on here. Rick Hankey is our trainer, and he's really good. And he nowadays, with all the concussion protocol, you got to be pretty careful with what they're going to do here. I don't think he ever got hit in the head.
I don't think so. Okay. He just looks gassed, though.
Yeah, that's my thinking.
Well, part of that could be not warming up properly before the match.
Maybe.
I mean, he goes in spurts now.
He's trying to get big points.
Right, if you just finish it, just get your 2.
This kid's stronger than him. That's just get your points, though. He's always trying to get back points, stepping over there.
Well, now he could score. Well, I don't know what he tried there, but
just a gator roll or a cement mixer, but that's what was happening to you last year. Trying to get big points rather than just taking your sure points.
Yeah. A little bit of a disappointment, but it's early in the season, and
yeah, he's got to get through that mental. It's the mental part of it there, I think.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's real close right now. They don't have their timing down. They're not in condition. So
these guys, again, this is we're moving on. This is Zach Hamill, who had a pretty good late season, came on pretty good.
Real strong at the end.
Comes from quite a pedigree of wrestlers. Dad and uncle that were state champions for us, and he's improved a lot. I think he's really grown up a lot. Were you out in Oregon with him hunting?
No.
Okay.
No, I wasn't with him. I was with his dad the year before.
Oh, okay.
But I know he goes out there every year.
Yeah.
So
He shot a really nice elk, I guess.
a real nice elk. Here's another guy that was always looking for the big points early last year,
Exactly, yep.
And once he settled down and just took a couple of them at a time, he got a whole lot better.
His boy from Johnson Creek, his name is Isaiah Wallet,
Also a junior.
also a junior. Not a boy. Oh, hunting.
He's got a good half.
This is pretty tough here.
Yep.
You got the wrist under.
He pinned a lot of guys with that move last year. I think it's only going to get better this year.
That one's tight. That's real tight.
Yep. Well, the guy was tapping out. I think Zach had quite a good baseball season last spring, too.
Well, he played quite a bit, yeah.
He was a catcher for the baseball team. I don't see Ralph here tonight, though.
Who?
Ralph, his grandpa?
Oh, I know. Huh.
That's unusual.
He's probably hiding around here somewhere.
Well, maybe.
I talked to him yesterday.
Okay, now we got Weiler, I think. So
And this is up at 52, and again, Weiler's a
it doesn't look like
45
Weiler,
pounder.
though, does it? No.
No. They thought it was Weiler, though, and they weren't going to wrestle him.
All right. So they got Weiler must be at 60 now.
I think. Who was that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's Sturts. This was Damien
Sturk,
I think so.
9th grader.
Yeah. They must have known,
I guess so. They must have, Johnson Creek must have had to come out first.
huh? Uh-oh. This is Weiler Lubeck.
Yep.
Hard worker.
Yes.
And again, comes from a pretty good pedigreed family.
Yes.
He's put in a lot of time. Ooh. That's a pretty tight half.
Yep.
Settle back. Get that chest back in here. It's hard to pin guys early in the period.
Sure is.
You know, they got a lot of juice left in them.
Yep.
And so I think this is over, though. God, he still got that wrist underneath.
Good balance, though.
Yeah.
Well, what's the team score?
The team score is 51-9. And Lubeck just got a pin at 160. I think that's up. That's right.
Yeah, it's 51-9, right?
So again, I'm not sure who we're going to go. Is this Forest?
That looks like Forest.
I
yeah.
think it is, yeah. Pretty nice crowd.
Nice crowd. Yep.
It's not too much from Johnson Creek.
No.
There. She's,
But they had to travel a long ways.
And a long ways home. How are things over at track wrestling?
Busy. Very busy this week.
It's the time of the year, isn't it?
Yep.
This guy's name is Anthony Perpy. He's a senior, and he looks pretty good.
That was a pretty nice move to start.
See, right down in front of us are Bill and Lois Nicholsons,
Yes,
and they're older than us too.
they are.
Kids wrestle for us, grandkids wrestle for us. Probably not too many fans that are more loyal than them.
You're exactly right. And Bill's got his notebook out there. He's got every statistic.
Yeah. I think Forrest might be in a little over his head here.
I think so. But if you can get through the first period, you got 20 seconds to go.
Come on, Forrest, fight down.
Grab
He's
that
pretty
wrist.
tough.
There
He
you go.
fights pretty hard.
Looked like he was pretty overmatched, but it's only 2-0.
That's a good point. You can get beat up a lot, but keep the score down. and
Right.
You can stay in the match.
And we need guys like
Yeah.
that. you
Two
know.
seniors here.
2 seniors.
Followed pretty well
He
there.
did. Yeah.
Follow. You don't see too many switches anymore.
Not
but
too
that
many.
Switch position is there.
This guy likes the bar. I think he wants to go for a double all the time, though. I think.
Yeah, their whole team kind of gets into that bar situation. Like our team kind of goes for that
With a
wrist and that half.
Right.
And teams kind of do that. They whatever works for them. And I guess it's what the coach's preference
Yeah.
is, you know.
Well, it's probably what the coach is good at.
Yeah.
Do you know who the coaches are from Johnson Creek? I don't even know who they are.
I went down and talked to him.
But it's nobody that we know. They're
No. I don't know him anyway. He said that he was having some issues with the football coach. The football coach didn't let a couple of football players come out or whatever.
same
We
old
hear
sto-
that story all the time.
It's a shame.
Come
Well,
on,
there-
Forrest, fight this out, buddy.
Yeah, there again, you can get pinned out there, and
Yeah. Well, he's going to come out of here. So gave up a 3-point near fall, so the score is 7-0. But again, we're still in the match.
So, weren't we on top the second period? We must have chose top.
Must have. Which probably isn't a bad choice. We were
Maybe.
getting hammered from underneath.
Right, maybe that's his strength.
Come on. Get that knee off the mat.
Well, bail out of there.
A reversal for Johnson Creek. So now the score is 9-0. And again, it's been a bit of a mismatch. Although, boy, they like that bar, don't they?
Yeah, they do. But they, you'd think they'd come out to the side more with it. He wants to get that double arm bar. And
He's got the other wrist yet. It's not the place to be sitting out.
no.
Probably easier up here than it is down there, though. Long time to fight
Yeah,
this.
they got 45 seconds yet. Got some work to do there yet.
Well, he's a team guy. He works hard and
wants to win.
comes pretty short career, you know.
Yep. And that's what makes teams good. If
Yeah.
you don't have guys like that, you don't get any better. So,
Yeah.
like, they all play a valuable role.
AJ Schutz. AJ hurt his ribs last night in practice. He was they weren't so sure they were going to use him. Guy's quick.
Yeah, they've had some pretty good athletes on their team, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. AJ's a headlocker,
That's right.
but if he's got sore ribs, that's not a. It's
Yeah.
not easy. It's hard to do.
Hard to headlock.
Yeah.
So this is Caleb Hartwig.
He's a senior too, and AJ's just a junior. I was thinking he was a senior.
So I wonder, when I was in basic training in 1969, I was in basic training with a Hartwig from Johnson Creek.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Small world.
small world. I wonder if there's a relationship there.
Yeah,
I bet there
probably
is.
Yeah. Oh no, he got headlocked. Look
Oh.
at that.
Wow. Most guys would have went over on that.
What a
That's
counter.
pretty good,
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah.
headlock.
That was tough. I think this kid has a lot of potential here.
Mm-hmm.
He really is a hard worker. 30 seconds left, and AJ is leading 2-0. Team score is 51-15 for the Raiders. So the contest is already secured.
Right.
Pretty tough ride.
Yes. Well, looks like he's going to ride him out this period. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Nice. So they're going to defer the choice.
It's like back on their feet.
Yeah,
Johnson
looks like
Creek
it.
going to look for that headlock again.
I would
probably.
guess that'd be it, yeah. Nice counter.
Oh, that was real nice.
Nice. That was a really nice counter.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
He folded
Took
it
some
right up.
horsepower there. That kid's pretty physical looking guy.
I thought so, yeah. Oh, so he hurt his ribs.
Yeah.
Rick Hagee, longtime trainer. He's
Yeah.
full-time employee of the school now. I don't know if
Yeah,
you know that.
yeah, I heard that, but I don't understand that.
You have to have trainers now. They're WIA, and he's full-time here. He's here all day.
So he just does Lincoln or Rapids?
Lincoln, all sports, yeah. And I've had a lot of faith in him over
Yes,
the
he's
years.
a very good trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hasn't been wrong too often.
No.
You know? And plus, he's pretty good at diagnosing kids whether they're hurt or they're just
If it's an injury or an owie.
right.
That's how I always
Exactly.
like
Yes, that's a good analogy.
do it.
Right.
There's a whole deal now with the concussion protocol. Even if a doctor clears a kid that's been sent down with a concussion, Rick has to clear him.
He does.
He has 3 more days that he goes through his own diagnosis, and so it's a pretty important position.
Well, Rick's probably had a lot of training in concussions,
Probably.
you know, and maybe doctors haven't.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
I'd
aware
say,
of it, but
I told Scott that. We were riding somewhere one night, and I said, wow, that's a lot of responsibility on Rick. And he said,
yeah.
I'm telling you, Dad, though, he said, I believe in it. He said, if Rick says the week of the sectional tournament this guy shouldn't be wrestling, then I have to buy it. That's the way it is, you know. And there's more to it than just that match. So this will be interesting. This is a kid that transferred here.
Yep.
Isaac Diaz. And who is he wrestling? Oh, he's wrestling a senior, Lucas Sullivan. That's a switch.
Okay.
He wrestled down at the track wrestling
He did.
tournament in La Crosse a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And
He
comes
plays.
from Oconto Falls. And he's a little short. He's got to go down a weight class or 2 yet. That's the plan. Takedown and then a quick release. And you watched him down there.
I did.
You said he was pretty good with that
Pretty
double.
good. A nice double. He changes levels really well.
That is a nice double. Wow.
Well, he gets tired, so I mean, I'm not sure he wasn't in real good shape
Yeah.
in lacrosse. He got tired. He should be better now.
A little
but,
better, yeah.
But it's when you're riding, that's a lot of hard work. I think it's easier on your feet.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, yeah. Especially if you're okay on your feet.
Yes.
So the score now is 57-15 for the Raiders, and it's a nice way to get our season started here. I think we have Wausau West coming up, and then we're in a pretty tough tournament down at Sauk Prairie.
Isn't the Ed Steck next?
I don't know. You got to look at the schedule.
Oh no, the you're right. Sun Prairie, the Bob Downing Scramble.
Yeah, and then we get Marshfield, and they're the pick of the valley. They're defending champions, and that'll be a
tough one.
tough one. Got in there pretty good.
We did.
Didn't finish it. 5 seconds.
I don't think it was as good side.
Didn't our other kids have red singlets on tonight?
No, they all had black.
Is that right?
Look at that. Ooh,
Did go through it. He gets in there and stops.
right. He
That's
didn't,
part of it. He's probably a little undersized
Right.
here.
didn't turn the corner real hard on that one.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the side. I think he's better on the left side. But it's nice he can shoot it both sides if he ever learns it the other way.
Get this. Stay off your hip here, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, don't quit.
Don't give it up there.
Oh, he quit.
You're
Just,
right.
He didn't quit. He stopped wrestling is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you always have a tendency to let down right on the edge of the mat.
Yeah. That shouldn't have happened. We have 50 seconds left now.
Yeah.
He's going to have to get one back here. That was tough.
Yep.
5-5 at the end of the second period. Not the end of it. We got 40 seconds left. Pretty good recovery.
Yes, he has good balance.
Pretty good recovery. Got a takedown, and then he cut him loose.
I wish they would have tried to ride him there.
Yeah. I don't think the coaches did that. I just think
Maybe
he
not.
did. So he's up 7-6. Uh-oh. He does have pretty good balance, Coach. Guy wants to go upper body, doesn't he? His opponent.
Well, the opponent let him go too. He's a little tired now.
8-6. Isaac. It's the last match of the duel. Oh, stay in here, though. This isn't a good position to be when you're really short.
Yeah.
Come on, straighten your leg
Keep
up.
wrestling, though.
Come on, come on.
Come on, you can score this. Come on.
Yeah, he did, too.
There, that's two. That's two. Had to help him out there a little bit.
Did he? We'll take it. 53 seconds. And Isaac is leading 10-7. I think the gas truck is not quite there.
Maybe for both guys.
Yeah, you could be. Oh. Boy, he hits that wizard hard,
watch,
don't he?
Watch the roll.
Watch that roll. Watch that roll. You don't want any part of staying on top of him, and that's probably not a bad choice. Scores 12-8. Isaac, 15 seconds. It's kind of nice getting a transfer student in here. We haven't had any for quite a while.
Pretty nice.
So scores 14. So the dual meet ends up 50 or 60 to 15. And it was, I'm going to let you kind of tell us what you think here, Coach.
Well, it's kind of just like what I expected. I thought we'd be better than we were last year, and I think we are. And kids are continuing to improve. You see better skill, stronger kids.
Yeah. It probably wasn't the best team in the state we wrestled.
Right.
That was the idea.
But we're also not the best team out there yet either. So
Exactly.
we have some holes to fill, and I think we're going to be pretty decent by the end of the season if we get everybody in the right spot, and hopefully the injury bug doesn't hit us.
We got some depth and some balance, something we haven't had for a long time.
Teams can't move around on us like they could in the past.
Yeah,
you know, they can shuffle their lineup. This year, I think we'll be able to do that to some teams.
I think so.
Which will, make us a lot more competitive.
Yeah, if you go in that room now, they got 30-some kids, and pretty spread out. Right in the middle, we're a little thin. We lost 2 guys we can't hardly replace.
Right.
Sawyer and Berg Debo.
Yes.
And but that's just how it is. That's
I guess it happens every year.
High school, yeah. So I was pleased. I thought it was a pretty nice outing. And the other thing, and you know this, and I can tell you this, it's a really nice bunch of kids. They really are good kids, and
I know most of them. Except I don't know the 9th graders yet, but I know most of them, and they are nice kids. So hard workers.
Yep.
So
we're going to kind of sign off. We're going to wait for Scott to come up here. Probably have a little interview with him. But the Raiders go undefeated on the year. They start out the season with a win over Johnson Creek with a score of 60-15, and a nice home crowd. And it was a good way to start the season.
Good way to start, right.
So signing off here for Coach Poeschl and Allie on our camera. And we're going to wrap this up here tonight. The Raiders won 60-15 the season opener, and we're kind of excited about the season. And I hope that you got all the play-by-play. We're not sure we got audio, but we've got Scott Benitz, the head coach, up here. And Scott, tell us what you think.
Well, I thought for a first meet, we wrestled pretty well. We took some time off with deer hunting and Thanksgiving, so we haven't practiced a lot, and you could see that endurance-wise. We probably a little bit maybe behind where we want to be endurance-wise with a couple guys. I thought we wrestled hard, though. I thought guys competed. We won a couple of those close matches. Unfortunately, we lost a couple matches in there that we didn't know that we would lose, but I thought overall we wrestled pretty well.
Yeah, I did too. Coach Poeschl was up here with me, and obviously it was a lot more fun doing than it was for a couple of years ago, and we were pretty impressed with looking for the fall. These kids know what a half Nelson is.
Yeah, we were looking for pins, and Johnson Creek didn't fight pins real hard. I thought once we got after them on top, they kind of rolled over a little bit, we had pretty big goals this year, and to win some dual meets, we might split some matches, 7-7, and we're going to need to find bonus points. I think we got some guys that can find bonus points for us, and we're not a takedown release team. I think we're going to be pretty fun to watch, but I also think we're going to put a lot of points on the board, and we got a couple spots. We have a couple things we can do yet. A couple guys have to get a little bit better, but for the most part, I thought we looked pretty aggressive, and I thought we wrestled well.
Well, the difference is we've got a little depth finally, and so people can't just move people around and look at a forfeit here and there. Just being in the room a little bit, some pretty good depth, and I think we're, and you need that depth to have competition.
Yeah, and we wrestled small tonight. We had guys moved up. We'll have a different look to the team when we have guys down to weight.
Yep.
And it wasn't that we weren't down to weight. I guess we just moved guys up for some different matchups. And matter of fact, we had Weiler all the way up to 60, I guess, tonight. But
I see that
just kind of happened. It wasn't really intentional. The depth is good. They they moved on us at 52 with Weiler, and we had a freshman that we could put in there, even though he had his uniform on backwards. I don't know if you noticed that, but he had it on.
I don't think he planned on wrestling.
No, he was up there in the line. He didn't have any idea why we were keeping him out of the. He had a JV match, and I looked at the lineup. I'm like, they're going to move on us, and so we just pulled him back out and put a different guy in. But that's, again, the depth we had. Guys put even at the JV level, so we could give them the matches that should occur. And
a match that made me pretty happy right off the bat. One of my favorites, who I've coached since he's been a little boy, is Peter Rucker, the freshman. And that wasn't an easy match for him.
No, the kid was big. That's who AJ wrestled a year ago. He outweighed us by a bunch. The kid was a full 220.
Yeah.
Peter barely weighed in over 82. He's going to be a 95-pounder most of the year. He wrestled well. We're learning to wrestle without expending quite as much energy for some of these guys, especially the younger guys that probably get a little bit excited on AJ Schutz, who you could see this year was pretty reserved, but yet when he went
better.
Pretty hard. That made a huge difference for him, and both mentally and then endurance-wise. But yeah, Peter wrestled real well. That was one we knew going into it, being small could be a problem, and he wrestled hard. I thought that bar was going to be an issue there in the first period, and he battled through that, and then after that he kind of got going.
He didn't get frustrated when he couldn't get the takedown early. Because he's so quick, he usually gets that outside single. But
he doesn't get it in our room, so he's kind of used to that. He can't take guys down in our room.
Well,
so.
he didn't get frustrated,
right.
And I guess that was pretty good. So
Lane wrestled really well. We got him all the way up at heavyweight. Kid's 265. Lane had to drink water to be over 95. He's small, and he went out there. And our guys are pretty unselfish that way. You go around the lineup, and Preston. Got a forfeit, but he's a full-size 6-pounder now when you see him walk out on the mat. And a little tough there at 13. We weren't sure. Those two, Lucas and Jordan, are about even. We thought we were a little better on top with Lucas. We thought if we could get through that first period. And
she's pretty tough.
She really is. She really hit that. When she put him over, it was tight. Most guys wouldn't have got out of it. It was all hung up.
Yep.
And but then the same thing, when Alistair puts somebody down, it's tight too. He's not real smooth on his feet.
These kids are pinners for the most part.
Yeah, Alistair's not real smooth on his feet, but he doesn't get taken down. And then if he can get down on top, he's going to score a lot of points.
Yeah.
And same thing, Damien. I thought he wrestled better. He's way up in weight. He'll be down 20. He was close tonight, but he wrestled pretty well when he finally started using both hands. We did pretty well, and then he hasn't pinned guys. Last year he did not do a nice job with that at all, and I thought he did a pretty good job looking for a half. And then obviously, Cale and Preston, getting the forfeits wasn't what we wanted, but, Cale, his weight's down, he'll be down 26, and probably disappointment maybe was Ryan Searing. He does have some asthma issues. He didn't have his inhaler. We were looking for it if you were wondering what we were doing.
Oh.
It was in the wrestling room, and somehow first meet, coaches don't always do everything right neither. And we didn't have his inhaler with us, and it's one of those things that, okay, we got through it, and now from here on we'll have an inhaler with us every time he wrestles.
With that, and he's got to get a little mentally tougher. I thought that hurt him last year a little bit too.
Yeah, but you know how that goes when you get tired. That kind of happens, and with asthma stuff, which he has, that those things happen, and we could have helped him out a little bit there. So, and he got himself tired by wrestling too hard. Early, looking for cradles that weren't there, and he's really improved, and he didn't wrestle very well.
I think that kid must have been really strong. He had him hung up with a cradle 3 or 4 times and couldn't quite take it over.
And he expended a lot of energy doing that. And that kid and him went 2-0 last year, so that was a good match. And they flipped. That was the guy Hamill was supposed to wrestle, but they moved him back down onto Ryan. And Zach's going to be a handful this year, and he's a pinner. Not going to be pretty, but he's going to give you 6 minutes, and more than likely we're going to end up on top, sometime in that match, and guys better be pretty good to come off. So, and Weiler, he's not a takedown guy. He's going to go out there and he's going to look for pins, and I thought he did a nice job with that. And Forrest was overmatched, but he fought hard. He really did. He didn't need to get pinned there at the end. I wish we could have got through that.
Forrest will always do that. He'll fight hard.
Yeah. But that kid was their best guy, I think, and you watch him. The guy was pretty good. And then AJ wrestled a guy that was pretty good. That guy actually like 33-11 last year.
Well, and
And,
AJ hurt his ribs. I wasn't sure you were going to use him.
AJ was a little dinged up, and we got him through that today. And he pretty nice half Nelson, wrestled real controlled, and
Well, and he fought that headlock off pretty good there right off the bat.
Yep.
That was a decent
yeah.
headlock the guy had on him.
Yeah, and then Lane's match, that guy, or Isaac's guy beat Lane last year.
He did, huh?
Yep, and caught Lane in a headlock. That's what we knew was coming with Isaac, so we just had to keep circling out of that. And he's got a long ways to go. He's got a ton of potential. He's
Got pretty good balance.
It is. He's a really good athlete. I think he can be pretty good. He's not a 95-pounder. He's way too short up there.
Yeah.
But again, we moved him up just
Right.
get our lineup, kind of cover our bases, not put too many freshmen in there. So, guys did a nice job tonight, and we're really excited about the year. Just
Oh, you ought to be. I am too.
yeah,
You know what? We should probably get
Yep.
moving along here. We have Wausau West next week.
yeah.
Here.
They're going to be tough. We're gonna have to wrestle really well to beat them next week. They had their whole lineup back from last year. They've got some hammers in there that we may not be able to beat, so we're going to have some guys hold down some points like we talked about earlier, and we're going to have to pick up some pins.
Well, good. Looking forward to it. And then we got a couple pretty tough tournaments coming up, and then we got Marshfield, which looms around the corner. So all this is just kind of getting ready for the rest of the season.
Yeah, no kidding. And Marshfield's actually in between those tournaments. So we got a 3-day stretch in there when we got Marshfield, and then 2 days down at the Edstech. So we've got 5 days of tough wrestling coming up, and hopefully we can survive that and come out of that with some wins and
Good.
see where we end up.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
Nice
thank you.
for us, and the rest of we had a nice crowd here tonight. And
Yeah, it was a nice crowd.
we're signing off. The Raiders started out with a 60-15 win over Johnson Creek, and we're 1-0 on the year. So, and for all of us from Rapids Wrestling, thank you.